That's removing some of the scar tissue and stuff out of the thyroid gland. It will activate it again. Yeah, it can. It can be.
Yeah, hi. Like 2 weeks ago, my father was, he had a tumor in his brain, and they removed it last week, and they have another small one in a place that I guess they don't want to get to. After looking at the one, they are like 99% sure that it is from another part of his body. He had a CTC scan, but he had to get out of the hospital because it was just too bad. Now, him and my mom are, more of the medical school. So at the end of this month, they're going to go, and they were already suggested by the radiologist that they are going to radiate the smaller tumor in his brain. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to talk him into what I've been hearing today, although I'm going to get him some anyhow. Is that Cantrol and the supplement something that can be used with him getting the radiation and the chemotherapy?
Yes, that's definitely, it will prevent a lot of the damage done by the radiation, and definitely if you can get him to take it before radiation, it'll help prevent the other problems too, but it'll prevent the side effects of the radiation. Add some shark oil to it too. That'll prevent side effects. The alpha-glycerols in that will prevent side effects from radiation. They've been doing that in Sweden for 50 years in cervical cancer in females to prevent side effects from the radiation. It protects normal cells. So you'd be doing a big favor if we could do just that much, and we would have so much better life, longevity, and quality of life you can't imagine if we could make that much difference in people's lives. Just get them on a program before they start it. Man, we've lived a good life. We've helped a lot of people. So that's really good thinking on your part. Mm-hmm.
Dr. Maris, my wife and I both are stage 4 right now. 2 different kinds of operations were just done. What my question is, we're using the supplements. I have cancer in the lymph nodes. We don't know exactly how many, but I'm using the shark's liver oil. Is that recommended for that? And should we continue both using the shark's liver oil along with the pancreatin and the provolone?
Was it lymphatic cancer? Was it leukemia or lymphoma or what originally? Oh, okay. Yeah, continue using that. We have a real good case history of stage 4 esophageal cancer. That's one of the Jim Mitten and Pat Mitten, and Jim and Pat came clear to Florida to meet me about 3 weeks ago. They drove 1,500 miles, and we got a call from them. And Jim and Pat came over. He was at stage 4 esophageal cancer in June 1999. He's been taking our program since then, and Jim has been cancer-free since November of 1999. And they're available to talk to you or email to you, so you can get a hold of us through the book or something, and we can give you their name, because Pat and Jim talk to people. But he came to my house down in Florida, and he came over, and just the nicest people there from Ohio. He came up and he says, I just wanted to shake your hand. And things like that make it all worthwhile, but I said, well, Jim, you came this far, can I at least give you some products? And he wouldn't take them. He said, I just wanted to thank you and his wife. And man, I'll tell you what, that really makes this worthwhile, because there are a lot of sad stories, but I'll tell you what, you get that. Or like the lawyer from over in England that 3 weeks ago, he's been alive since 1998 on cantron with terminal lung cancer. He was 39 when he was diagnosed. He had lung cancer with metastasis to the brain, the liver, and the bones. And his dad's an MD over in England. And he called me about 3 weeks ago. And he's cancer-free for 4 or 5 years. And he just got married. And man, I'll tell you what, when you hear stories like that, hey, I can go for a while more. But you really hear some good stories on this. So I'd get a hold of it. Yeah, keep taking the shark's oil. Make sure you take the Willard's water. Definitely Definitely the Willard's water, like Dorothy was saying, that's any kind of lymphatic involvement, you've got to take Willard's water, because that'll help the supplements get in there.
We have
So,
a question back here.
sure.
Dr. Maris. Right here. Over here.
Yeah. Where?
2 years ago today, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I had my 2 biopsies, I had a lumpectomy, and I had 31 radiation treatments. Should I still take these products? Because where we come from, our doctors won't listen to any of this stuff. And what is the difference between Willard water and micro water or alkaline water, which I drink a lot of because I was told that it puts a lot of oxygen into your body and that the cancer cells cannot survive in the oxygen. And I hear a lot about cure. When I asked my doctors about my cancer, his answer was to me, we cannot see microscopic cells, so I can't tell you you'll ever be cured. So is cure the right word or remission?
When you had the lumpectomy, did they get wide margins?
Yes. In fact, I had to have 2 surgeries because they said they didn't get it the first time. But when I asked them if they got it the second time, they told me they couldn't tell me I was cured. They never used the word remission. They always say, we cannot see microscopic cells.
Were any lymph nodes involved?
Yes, there were 2 and they took out 10.
Were they the ones that were closer to your breast or the ones that were closer to your armpit?
They never told me. In fact, I can never get any reports from these doctors.
These are cases right here I deal with all the time with recurrent breast cancer. And because of the radiation treatments, which have a tendency to I'd spend a little bit, I would go on a complete program for 1 year to keep it, because I get approximately two emails from breast cancer reoccurrences a day after lumpectomy and after chemo and radiation that had recurred 18 months to 2.5 years later. The doctors tell patients there's only 5 to 10% reoccurrence after chemo and radiation. I must get all of them because I get 2 a day, so I get 14 a week. And I personally think that lumpectomy or a simple mastectomy and then tell them, well, let's forget, and don't have the radiation or chemo before they do it, you know, and don't have them after either. But get the surgery and then tell them no thanks and go on the cantron, the enzymes, and you'll be fine. But regarding them, I'd take at least 2 glasses of Willard's water along with your microhydrin, microcrystalline, and alkaline. 2 glasses a day will be adequate with that. I take the cantron and the enzymes and the Willard's water and distilled water for 1 year.
In July of this year, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and they told me I was in the 4th stage, and they measured it and said it was 7 centimeters by 7 centimeters, and it was inoperable at the way it was, and that I should have chemo and radiation to reduce its size so they could do surgery. And that was in July. In August 16th, I started taking cantron and Willard's water, bromelain and pancreatin and squalene. And the size of it, when the radiologist measured it the other day, was 7 centimeters by 4 centimeters, and she says, well, the other doctor must have made a mistake. It couldn't possibly go down that small, that fast. Is that a sure sign that it is being healed, or is it?
How long you been on the cantron?
1 month yesterday.
That's pretty quick. It usually takes longer than that to show a definite decrease. Usually about 3 to 4 months, maybe 6 months, you know, before you show a decrease. But you seriously, after 6 months, you're going to start decreasing a little